Go on, baby, you look flawless. Me want pop after G-string draws there. Bumbo clot, blood clot. Smile so pretty, yeah, girl, you can't pass. Stand up right, so when bad man attack. Me want breed up, pick me want. God one style.
So my name is Kimiko Miller, also known as Kimiko Versatile, and I've been dancing from a tender age of 0, meaning from a come out of my mother's belly. No, when I was in my mom's belly, anytime I heard music, I would move. Same thing happened to my son. And then I just grew up I just grew up loving dancing. Anytime I hear music, I have to bunks. I have to do something. It's just in my blood naturally. And then while I was small growing up, my mom used to let me into like little competitions in the community here and there, and I win all of them. I win all of them with attitude and style. So yeah, I just had a passion for dance. Yeah, I just had a passion for dance, and I grew up just dancing. And then when I was in primary school, I started dancing professionally, but it was very late, maybe at age 10. I think that's really late. Yeah. So when I just started,
you were age 10, that's not so late.
In the world, opportunity for Jamaican citizens, it's derived from the ghetto. It's the life of the ghetto, the way of the ghetto. The ghetto has been suppressed for many years. It's maybe the poorest part of Jamaica. And people wanted something that could relieve these social issues that we've been going through. So they create a space known as dancehall. Bear in mind that this kind of space is not new. This kind of space is coming from our African ancestors, but it wasn't dancehall. They had different names. That's why we have Jamaican traditional folk forms, like the Dinkimi, the Kumina, the Revival, the Brookings. We have a lot of traditional folk forms. These traditional folk forms are coming from our African ancestors, and they used to form these spiritual dances. You would call them spiritual dances to just relieve certain things and connect with the earth, connect with the supreme being. So a lot of these type of dances were done in a circle, right? So that everybody could connect. If you look on the dancehall space, it's the same thing. The dancers, when you go into a dancehall space, you realize that a lot of people are in a circle naturally. It's not planned. You never see people standing in a line going like this. It's always in a circle, and the dancers are dancing inside that circle. So you can see the connection with our African way of dancing versus dancehall. It's coming from that time. So the feel and everything about that is not new. It's just a different generation.
Yeah,
it's just ways of how we work. I would say these are spiritual dances, so I would say worship. Dancehall is also, it has that spiritual space as well. I'm sure you, Sahar, when you go into the dancehall scene, you see the dancers dancing some way and be like, wow, they're so in tune with their spirituality, with what is going on. And I'm talking from personal experience. When I dance in the dancehall space, sometimes it's not even me. It's like my alter ego. It's like something speaking through me, and I feel so good and free in that moment. So no matter the issues, then when I go through the social issues, the issues with people on a whole, the government, any issue at all, when you go into this spiritual space, it's a form where you can express yourself, be yourself, feel free with no regrets. Nobody watch, well, would say watching, because things kind of change, but that is a space, it should be a safe space where you just be yourself, free, express yourself how you want. Right, and forget about those issues that we've been facing at this moment. So it's not just about the dance. It's just everything, the connection with everything. A lot of people, they will sell outside your jerk chicken, your porridge, your soup, your peanut, any little thing. This is our space where people, where ghetto people can come and do them little hustling too. People who can't afford to do a 9 to 5 job, or maybe don't have the intellectual capacity to do these big jobs or have these big careers. There's still
Let's
space for
emphasize
these.
this because that's what people see people as, but really and truly, yeah, I understand.
Right. These are spaces where people can come and make a little money. You understand? Especially for ghetto people who never have the education that
Yeah,
maybe was stolen from them in different ways, who had different complications growing up. They grew up in a bad environment. Probably their parents died. A lot of issues that we go through, famine, these things. Ghetto people have talent. We have so much talent. I'll be like the ghetto people, this little rock called Jamaica, we have so much talent, right? And dancehall is one of the space where we that have the talent can go and be shown. That's why we love run up in at the video light and them something there, because we want the world to see us. We want the world to see the talents that we have and the creativity that we produce. And
yeah,
so dancehall takes on all of that. So it's not only about the dance and things. So when people just that's why we as Jamaica, we don't accept when people create a step abroad and call it dancehall. We will never accept it. And don't be offended or say we're fighting. No, it is coming from a spiritual space. People don't understand that space, and we don't want people to ridicule and think like it's a free for all and we can do anything we want with it. No. So for us to protect it, we
yeah. I
can
think
never
that
accept.
is a very, very interesting topic, and I always get that question from my students as well. Like, why can't other people? And I'm just trying to
Yeah,
explain exactly what you did. Like,
yeah. People have
first
to
of all, like
understand
when I
things.
teach, I tell them from start, like, I can't teach you dance hall. I can't. I can teach you the moves that I've been taught from dancehall dancers, but there's no way I can teach you dancehall, because dancehall is like, you can go to Jamaica and experience it, but none of us can really live dancehall unless we, that's my opinion, unless you
Yeah.
actually are born and raised in Jamaica, in
Born and
that
raised and
environment,
go
in
through
that
the
space, and
issues.
just
Yeah. We have to
exactly,
understand
because
so
all of that is
one,
what the dance hall, the struggles makes the dance hall as well. Oh, I think there's a
yeah.
delay, or can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You hear
Or is it
me?
just me? Yeah,
Yeah. People have to understand say it's not a free for all thing. It's not something that you can do whatever you want. Is a real thing. It's real.
yeah,
Um, a lot of these people, especially abroad, have never been oppressed. They don't know even what is oppression. They just heard about it, but they've never felt oppression. A lot of these movements and ideas that you see deriving from dancehall and music is coming from us oppressive states, things
yeah,
that we're going through in Jamaica, and we create this thing in our music and our dance. So unless you have been oppressed, you will never understand how these movements are created and how them evolve and things. And it
where the
is
whole
from the
energy and
Jamaican.
the power comes from. Sorry. Yeah,
No, like I said, is that African space is just that now we're seeing that African space more in the dancehall scene, but it is still there in our traditional folk form, but it's harder to see where you can make that connection.
yeah,
But I've been a part of those both sides. I've been a part of the Jamaican folk form because me a maroon, I have maroon in my blood. My family is maroon, all the way in the hills in St. Anne. I'm actually in St. Anne now, but I'm closer to the sea now. Me grew up in a revival, in a some dinky mini, in a some, I've seen that. I've been in those spiritual environments. So I could I could do the connection with that and dancehall. And it's the same thing, it's just that in a more
yeah,
modern world. So that's why somebody can just jump up and say, "Oh, this is a step and this is a dancehall step that is in Europe, that has probably never even been to Jamaica, that is just watching videos on YouTube. It's not gonna connect, and we're not going to accept that, because then everybody can say, "Oh, this is a dancehall move," and then it just loses its essence.
Yeah.
That, yeah, the whole culture, we just lose that rich information. And dancehall mean a lot to me, and I don't want it to end up like that. So we have to try to protect it in some instances, you know?
And I think it's like, as a European, I think it's important that we understand those structures, like really understand where these things come from. It's not about somebody trying to say, no, this is ours, we don't want you to do. It's not about any, like, if you don't understand the structures, then you need to do some research. You need to understand why these things are the way they are, because the fact that dancehall is not just a dance, that's why you can't just make up a dance move, because it's not built that way. It's not the
It's not
energy
built that way.
and the whole essence of the dances don't just come up from somebody saying, I want to do a dancehall step. No, it's about
Yeah,
natural vibes in the space of, you know, where this whole like culture is coming from. So
coming
definitely, I
from,
think
yeah.
sometimes we just get blind in no, but everything is, dance should be freedom and that should be this, and that's a beautiful way of thinking in a way, but like reality, things, if it's not freedom for everyone, then it's not, you know, you have to understand what you mean by freedom to begin with before you start talking about freedom. Like, am I free? Is she free? Was he free? When, you know, no, we're not all free in the same way. So to begin with, we need to fix that first before we start giving everybody, you know, I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
long discussion.
It's a long discussion on that. People just need to understand and respect. You know what I mean? Even the new school, some of the new school dancers don't even understand. They don't even understand. Their mindset is different now. Some of them don't even care about the history of dancehall and where it's coming from, and knowing the foundation, and going through the process. Some of the younger dancers don't even care. I'm talking Jamaican dancers,
Yeah.
because we have social media and things evolving now. They're just in it to make some money or some opportunity. They're not in it for the right thing.
Yeah.
A lot of them, especially when Bogle say, "Oh, Tambad, fashion over style." Every time he says Bogle, he was in his fashion, right? He
Yeah.
was in his garment, in dark chain, in black winter coat, in boots. No time in as a Bogle, no fashionable. Versus if you see a young dancer now and say fashion over style, and him just wear anything. He's not being real with what
Yeah.
he's saying, and that is what is happening now. People are talking more, but actually not showing the realness of what they are saying. So it's not even only the foreigners, it's even the younger dancers that don't respect the thing and want evolve it in the right way and learn from the source, and so that when they create, it can keep that substance. You understand what I
Yeah.
said?
I understand definitely, but what do you think? Like, do you feel like it's ignorance, or is it, of course, as you said, like probably like because of money, like you need money and you wanna have class, you would just wanna. But
It's definitely
do
that.
we have a solution to that? Do you feel like, okay, but if we just talk more about this, or have, I guess you have talked about it a lot, having meetings and stuff. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But do you feel like there's a solution? Can you see that it's gonna happen, or is it always gonna be like people um, going
There are
against it?
solutions. It's just some of us just really need to come together and get certain things done.
Yeah.
Which me and other dancers have been talking about it and say, hey, we need some serious dancers to really put some things, enforce some things. Me and Orville has been talking about it, and we're going to enforce some things. Some people may not like it because them people not like really abide by rules or order in Jamaica. That's why we're so unruly.
In a
But
good
some
this
order
magic.
needs to be, yeah, some order needs to be done. in order for things to just be a little better on our
Yeah.
side, and not have dancehall being um misappropriated, and
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I know some people have asked me, but what's wrong with it just being free and being spread and being this and that, and like what would the consequences be of it? I know my answer, like what I think, but what would you say? Like, what's the consequences if it gets disconnected from the roots? So people understand, like, why is it so important to.
The thing is that if it get disconnected from the roots, then it's gonna turn into a different information. You understand? So say it's going like this. So while it's going like this and you get disconnected, you're gonna start go like this. So the information is gonna be lost. It is gonna be watered down. So
That was a
like
really good visionary
that's a
example.
good vision, right? So
Yeah,
coming to the roots, it will continue like this. But the minute there is like a interference or change on information, it's gonna start go like this. And then this is stuck here, the rich source of information. So this becomes anything that it wants to be. This becomes anything that the world adds to it. These are the fusion, the different thing. So if me I teach watch poems a certain way now, and then another dancer learn watch poems from me, and then she go teach watch poems, and then maybe her student go teach watch poems, but missed a certain information in watch poems. So she probably I've seen it done. Like I've seen people doing this now, 1, 2, 3, but the original step is 1, 2, 3, 4. You
yeah,
understand? But this is being lost. This small information is being lost. So people just do what they want now. Boom, boom, boom.
yeah,
And then the other dancer miss this information and it becomes this now. And then another dancer now will teach it and then maybe start put very style to it and goes bam, 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 bam. Then it's changing your information. And me as a creator now, I wouldn't feel good about it because this is what I've created, and I don't want you to change the movement, and I don't want you to water it down and make it
yeah.
put your thing to it and make it yours.
At
And
least
because you
when you
don't,
correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're gonna teach a step, it's extra. Like if you're gonna teach it to someone, you need to teach it properly. But if somebody's having use it in a choreo and do it like a different timing or a different thing, but still like say that this is inspired from Kimiko, but learn the proper step, that's still okay, right?
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine because that's the choreography process.
Yeah,
That's why I'm doing my BFA in choreography, so I know what I go on.
yeah,
So, for choreography purposes, you can manipulate the steps. But it's
yeah,
good to let the people know that this is the original step, guys. But in the choreography, we're gonna do this so that it goes with the music or to add
yeah,
dynamic or so it's always good to transfer the right information. Don't be selfish and say, hey, we're just gonna do this in the choreo and I want you to do this, and don't explain to the people, say, okay, this is original step, but I'm going to manipulate it for this purpose. And yeah, the people just have to communicate more and just show the
yeah,
necessary respect. Some people just go on like them just want to own it and do anything they want with it. And that don't show you respect. That don't show that you really care. I know some people don't care, it's fine. But for those
care and really care about dancehall and say they love it, I'm sure they would want to do the right.
yeah. Just making sure you know the step properly before you teach it. Don't start doing because it's like the whisper game. If I whisper something to someone and that person whispers and whispers and whispers, and all of a sudden you have a totally different word. You started with banana, you ended with carrot. I don't know. So yeah.
exactly. I'm just blowing kisses to my peeps.
Me, I know. I'm joking. All right. So next question. How is it to be a woman in dancehall? Both struggles and opportunities. Like, how is it's not easy questions. It's not like what's your favorite color?
Yes, so that is the question. It's rough. It's very challenging. You just really have to be smart, and know your worth as a woman. and gain respect from people. People now will respect you if you not gain it. With gaining it, you have to make certain decisions for yourself. You have to kind of be a role model. I wouldn't say I'm a role model because I have my flaws and I'm rebellious.
You
I'm
are
so
a role model.
yeah.
And being a role model includes having flaws.
Yeah, but I think
That's
people
part of
think
it.
that role models are perfect. I'm so not perfect. I'm beyond perfect for perfection. I just be myself, and be real with people. When you be real with people, people respect you more and say, you know, so that girl did not put on a front. She's not trying to be somebody that she's not. She's being who she is despite her flaws. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
And run with it. So, and there was a lot of challenges before I realized my worth. So it's really hard. You're not going to just get up and know your worth. So there was so much things that nothing I've got to. And it's first I'm going to talk this online, but sometimes you just have to speak it so people understand where you're coming from. I mean, when I was younger, I got molested. Enough women go through molestation in them life as a woman. That I want that the first thing. Molestation or rape or so. Good thing me never get raped because I maybe bomb back kill the culprit. So I got molested. The main person that molested me is dead now. Good for him. But
Yeah.
but
Shit.
yeah, I got molested and then growing up as a female, it did I was so insecure and maybe it caused me to make some bad decisions too because I probably thought that was who I am. But growing up and going through different experiences, it actually made me wiser. The thing is that I'm such an internal person, so when I have issues inside, I don't really, I'm not share it with people. I kind of deal with it on my own. And I think
Yeah.
that's what made me so strong. And I realized that I had to make my situation not break me, but made me. So it was really hard, but I did it. My mom left to live in London when I was like 12, so I generally grew myself up. I was in a nice family,
Yeah.
but there was issues in there too because even her husband started putting arguments to me when I turned age 18. He was putting sexual stuff to me, and so I
Oh,
felt
shit.
like, what the fuck? Growing up as a friggin' female, do I always have to go through this with men? Why them still so? Why when them say a female I try and I do our thing, them still want manipulate you and think by sex, offering sex or what? It's just always I'm like, does men always think like this? Like what the hell?
Especially
Anyway.
like if the people that are supposed to be like your caretakers or like parents or whatever, it's like that's supposed to be your safety. That's fucked up. And it's too many
Yeah.
people who go through it too.
Yeah, and a lot of female can get out of this mindset or get out of the things that they have been through. But I think I was able to. I just had to remain strong. So going into dancehall space, I got a lot of offers from musicians, artists. They all want sexual encounters with me, but I was strong enough and very smart enough to not engage in sexual activities with a lot of these people because I wanted people to see me for my talent and not because I'm a pum pum.
Yeah.
I realized that when you mix pleasure with work, it interferes with that. So you don't get the right opportunity that you deserve. And
Yeah.
because me have a man manager and me not give me a pum pum now, it start jeopardize my little career when me I try and make.
Yeah.
You understand? So I did a lot of those decisions not to get involved with these people because I wanted my career to speak for itself, not because me I give my pum pum, me I gonna make me the baddest dancer out there and push my career even when I really don't don't have the necessary the things to really be there, but because we are having sexual encounters, you're gonna up my career. I didn't want to be that victim
No,
because a lot of females go through
it's
that.
yeah, it's so important that you're talking about this because this is like, of course, in some places worse than others, but a lot of girls are actually like go through this and think that that's the only way. And to see you doing what you're doing and being worldwide and still have and you've done that all by yourself and not through those, I don't even want to talk about it, but those awful people who like
Pedophiles.
to use girls or use young girls, and that you're doing it is such, it's a strong story that people need to hear. Like, just say no. That's not gonna help you. That's not gonna
Yeah,
help you. That person just wants one thing, and when he's done with
one
that,
thing.
and as you said,
Yeah,
like then your career is depending on someone else and what you're giving them, rather than you building it yourself and actually being strong in yourself. And it might be a longer road, but it's a much more stable and strong road. You don't
yeah, and
want
it's
the
harder.
fast
It's
way,
harder
that one.
too.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of
harder.
times I felt like giving up. A lot of times when I was younger, get like even just being in the field, I wanted to commit suicide. I was going through a lot of emotional trauma. My mother is far away in London. My father wasn't around, so I didn't have that support. Like I told you from day
Yeah.
one, I really had to be strong. I made some stupid decisions, but I also made most of my decisions were good for me. And my fight till the end, I just fight. I may not be the best dancer, but I know I'm a great dancer. I know I'm a great
You're an
teacher.
amazing dancer. I don't like, I feel like I'm just like no, I'm just saying the truth. Like, you're an amazing dancer, and that's why so many people are so inspired by you, and you actually help a lot of young girls and women in this like industry, both Jamaica and worldwide, like with your powerful energy, and all of these things just adds onto it like shit. Okay, you've been going through these stuff, then anyone can get through most things. So thank you for sharing. I
Yeah, but a
it's
lot of the females do go through this, even the entertainers. They always feel like you have to give in to some of these promoters, producers, managers sexually before they can make your career take off. And I didn't believe in that. I was like, I'm going to show you bitches that I can do this on my own. And I went through college without my mom helped me a lot. Thank God for her. But I didn't have the motivation and people telling me, do this, Kimiko, you can do this, be this better. I didn't. I had to really grasp it for myself and say, Kimiko, you can do this no matter what. Even being in my relationship with my baby father, I've gone through so much. Sometimes I felt like giving up and just go to a regular 9 to 5. There's so much that I've been through, but I haven't given up. I even have friends that must dancing friends that we were amongst that was really help in a certain way, but at the end they weren't true. They weren't true to me. I realized that the true colors, so I cut them off completely. And then when I cut them off, it's like things just start flourish for me. I've sowed so many seeds. I've been going to dance hall from Pasa Pasa, Bembe, you name it, Dirty Fridays from way back
from
in the
way
days.
back.
Yeah, even when I was going college is like 8 a.m. to probably 8 p.m. in the night. And me go passa passa. And when me come in, me have to just put on my clothes and go ballet class. Them time I'm drunk and frost. And so me I forget myself again. I be like, yes, I can do this. Because when I was going to Edna Manley, them never have dancehall classes, which is very don't make sense because dancehall is
Yeah.
our biggest form of dance, biggest pop culture. So why they don't have it in our only art school? So dancehall was another class for me outside of school that I would go in the night and come back, and I made it work. Even the people at school didn't really believe in me doing dancehall, because even our own society looks down on dance. I had to show them, no, people from Edna Man, when they see me on tour, they're like, I'm so proud of you, Kimiko, I'm super proud. But they wouldn't be proud of me if I didn't do this, if I didn't show them, if I didn't make something positive out of it. Because if me did drop on my face, then I'd be like, yeah, me tell you, say dance all that shit, or dance all that this, or dance all that. I had to prove this to people. So the first time when I go up on tour and me get opportunity, me never sex nobody to come on tour. Me never do nothing outside of it. No, Maggie, swaggy Maggie, big up yourself. Saw that true potential in me and say, hey, I'm
Swagger
gonna give
Maggie.
yeah, may I get the opportunity. And from a go on tour, the first time until this day, people, this was my sixth tour that unfortunately got canceled because of the corona. But people keep booking me because of my work and my passion for my work, not because of me sexing nobody or thing. And I think this is one of the biggest thing that we as female face in this entertainment industry, the
Yeah.
sexual harassment or the hype. So the hype part, no, you see, through me, is a little country girl, I come from St. Anne Discovery Bay. And me is a little maroon girl, like a country girl, I come a town. I remain this, kept this humility within myself.
Yeah.
You see that with this humility, Sahar, I worked with so much people, international and local people, that some people dream of working with. I've been an eye on nobody. When I said, "Well, yeah, I'm better than you. Come and work with this and work with that." I've always remained neutral and treat everybody how them treat me. But then if I pan people, I work with Diana King, Sean Kingston, Sean Paul, Jason Derulo, Cardi B, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, Elephant Man, you name it, Cecile, oh my God. Every entertainer you can maybe think of. The only entertainer I really want to work with right now is Rihanna, but I'm putting it out there. But
Rihanna, we're all putting
Rihanna!
it out there. I think everybody who's watching this should just say it out loud. Rihanna is gonna work.
Rihanna!
People are gonna work with Rihanna. So it's
Yeah,
out there
man.
from all
Yeah,
over the
man.
world.
Yeah.
That
But
would be
all of this happens
crazy. That would be
because of
crazy.
my hard work and dedication to my craft. I didn't give up. Even maybe I'm in the streets and I'm me one or so. Maybe the people that say, "Oh, that girl there was that with first class dance at the time with Latanya, Katie first class, and a girl from Cayman Islands in Jamaica at the time called Mel Star. We were dancing as first class dancers. And at the time I was the newest member. And I had to show myself. I had to be that dancehall queen and show my
Yeah.
potential. And throughout those years, I gained the respect. I gained the respect till people look for me say, people come up and look for me say, you know, it's a long time I know you. Years now. And I'm
Even
so
in the
proud of you.
comments here, they're saying the same. Long time they know you, you're still humble as from yeah.
Yeah, man, long time people know me from my ear shot. So I'm enter dancing dynamite. I will come second place and think people didn't want to come first, but we never have the community like that to vote for us. It was about voting. But
Yeah.
when the competition finished, you would have said we come first because we were still doing all the shows and so that the
Oh,
first state dancer should have been doing. They gave it to us. They gave that the award, the rewards like that to us. So you that things that we win the competition. Yes, it's somebody said first class was Bembe and Dirty Fridays. You remember, yeah, from them time
yeah.
there. And I've always remained humble, show respect to everybody, and still do my thing. I stay in my lane. I could have hype on people, but hype on my thing, hype not get you nowhere.
No.
You may feel hype and up here at the moment, but without substance and foundation and thing, you just have to just sink right back down. You don't have to do nothing. The world works, the universe works like that, sir. So we as fat female we face a lot and think when we at the party, we are get elbow from man. You think enough time I get elbow and tramp upon and lick out head and we have to just step back and wait till the man them calm down and then we just run out again. Sometimes one or two times I have to get mad for the man them say, yo, the move, don't give us some space like we dance, man. It's like we have to fight for space with
Yeah.
that.
And that's one thing I want to talk about, because I feel like, yeah, like how is the parties? Do you feel like the males and the females, like if we're gonna, I asked the same question to Spade, like what do you feel like in the dance hall space? Do the men and the females get as much space, as much time?
What I'm saying?
First it was like first it was like, yeah, you know, the females are strong and they're, you know, they're equal, and then this, I think he didn't understand my question fully, and then I was like, but do you think they really get as much time in the dance? And then when he understood what I was saying, he was like, no, it could be longer.
Oh, exactly. You know, so to tell you the truth, back in the 80s, 90s, the females them did more dominant in the space. Yeah, man, when them play a girl tune, you know, the woman them stand up to the side, you know, and the man them stand up to the side and the woman them come and do them thing. Go on, go wine, show off yourself, feel good about yourself. While the man them build up them slip and I watch a female and say, yeah, you know, we're sure thing. Is since the daggering stage coming now, the man them think say once a female start a dance, dagger. No, me no want that. Me no want dagger all the time, and me certainly don't want dagger now with no man kind of right now, because una hurt the female.
Mm.
Me with my love self, go pick up myself. I keep me excited, and it was during the time when they were having a noise abatement act issue. The minister came to the noise abatement act. The noise abatement act, when they were locking off the parties early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was during this time. And I was so excited because a long time, you know, go party and through them and lock off all the dances. We actually had the Bossy Tuesdays going on longer, and the minister was there to see that everything is in order and to make certain stuff. So I was so happy. My rugger jump on Shelly Belly and me and Shelly Belly would dance and thing. Shelly Belly put me on the side of one like a wall and going. I'm just open out and Shelly Belly room come jump on me. I would topple over. My hand go ring round now. So my hand, I don't know how my hand still in place, but it ring out and come back round.
Oh my God.
You know, I blame myself. Come and pick up myself, go dance with Shelly Belly, and I know what Shelly Belly is capable of.
Yeah.
I blame myself. But things like these, things like these.
You need a helmet and like a
helmet and bodyguard and thing, but we don't have to dance like this. We wasn't dancing like this in the dance hall before, and we don't have to always dance like this. So when men come over and want dagger, me like, no, I don't want to do that, because it don't feel like dancing anymore. It feels like who wants to dominate who in the space, and it's like a clash. It's a clash. It's not dancing together anymore. So there's certain persons that would dance like I will always dance with Killer Bean. I will always dance with Zidane. I will always dance with certain dancers because them are dance. Me not too in the daggering thing, because them are hurt the females, and Jamaica start get this misconception like if the female now drop and lick up her head and broke her foot on her neck, she not dancing. Jamaicans can't fool me and them can't hype me up. Me not go run and broke my neck and dead in a dance of please uno. Mega dance for real. Mega do my movements then, dance, express myself like how it was always been done back in the days. Right?
Yes,
so
I love that. Say, why should the females like go and hurt themselves to prove something when the males
Exactly. That is one of the other things that females go through. That is pressure. That is what
Yeah.
we're going through. So if me not go out and go on my head and turn 2 times and split and boom and blow and run and boom, them are gonna say me I'm not a good dancer. Then guess what? Keep that misconception to yourself. Una can't
That,
draw me out, you can't fool me. Because me know what dance is. You understand? Yeah,
yeah.
and so
Good.
that's why I'm just staying in my lane same way. So then something
Good.
I think female goes through these issues in the dancehall space. Sorry, I'm not enough, but I forget certain information about
I love
there.
it. I love it. It's and I'm happy like you
So
want to share all of this with us.
Joanna said she made that mistake too once.
The dance with Chili Belly.
Enough of the foreign
But
females to go through some of them things here and them learn the hard way. Cause me remember one girl had to go back home in a stretcher because she hurt her spine.
like what's the ideal? Is it pressure? Is it you need to look a certain way?
You know, so that's all like me say is a space for everybody, you know. So when it comes on to your female body, in the dancehall space there should be no discrimination. People do discriminate, but the artists them sing both all type of females, big bumper girl, fatty, slimmers, black girl, white girl, China girl, you name it. Especially Carter, him big up every girl. If you are go-go, if you are any career you have, baby mother, big up on yourself. They put this in the music for the females on the whole to just feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
People have different issues in life, hormone imbalance, you name it. So everybody can have different types of body. Right? So the artists them always try to sing it in their songs to make females feel good about themselves. One of the
That's
biggest
it.
things one of the biggest thing in Jamaica when a big fluffy woman, a fat woman come dance. And the biggest thing that
Yeah.
the dance have to pull up because them see how that fat woman can maintain her weight and you see them bubble and she expression. Yo, and men like different kinds of women, fat woman, slim woman. Men love different
All
women.
types of
Everybody,
yeah.
yeah, everybody can be the same. So when them a come with this modern thing now about designer body and thing, it's just all everything is about money because them thing here make the females them start feel like they're not sexy because you have to have that certain body, yeah. If you don't have that certain body, yeah, you're not sexy and you're not of worth. Nothing like that.
There's
Nothing
a lot
like
of
that.
like surgeries and BBLs and butt lifts and this and that. So
Yeah, and I mean you can do what you want, you know. You can do what you want.
yeah,
But
definitely.
even if you can't afford to do these procedures or so, don't be discouraged. Still feel good about yourself. You are beautiful just the way you are. You know what I mean? And we need more artists to sing about these things because music and dance are therapy, you know. Our consciousness basically
Yeah.
listen to what's happening and sometimes our consciousness makes you feel what we're getting influenced by. So the more positivity we can put in our music and show in our dance, the better. This is why when I make dance moves, it's always empowering for females. Sexy plus tax.
Yeah.
It's like you have the tax is like the hardship when we go
That's
through.
actually one of my favorite female moves.
Yeah, it makes you feel so
Somebody asked me
powerful.
earlier which one is your favorite, and I'm like, I don't use that much female moves, but that one I love that one. Okay, anyways,
Yeah, man. Yeah, but these are reasons why I even create movements like these for to feel empowered and strong and not feel like you have to open out your foot and then something there to feel respected or to get a height. No.
yeah.
Them
And
moves to
nobody
make it
said you can't do that. I think the most important thing is to like with all of this to understand that if you want to do surgeries, you do that. If you want to do, skin out and this and that, or go up on your head, and but you do that, but do it for yourself and because you want to do it, and not because you feel pressured to do it. And I think that's where the difference is. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Everybody have their own identity. Be yourself. If that's not you, nothing wrong. That no mean it makes you less of a person or less of a dancer. No, and society these days, society just cruel, sister her. People just get cruel. It's like the world is like technology is improving. A lot of things are improving, but humanity is becoming so cruel to one another. When I was younger, it wasn't like this. So it's like we're battling so much things at one time now. So when it actually get into a space to relieve your stress and the issue like the dancehall space, just leave all negativity outside, leave all discrimination outside, leave everything outside. If you're going to dancehall, Sahar, if you come to Jamaica and go into the dancehall space, you're going to see characters. And what I call characters are like logo, can't tired. These characters that's out of the norm. Maybe people say they're mad or whatever. I don't call them mad. It's just people that is vibrating on a different frequency. Everybody's not the same. And up to there, you can't tell me say people not like logo and can't tired for who they are and what they bring to the dancehall space and what they represent.
yeah, they are
Never.
dancehall. They are
They
like
are
they're
dancehall,
already
part of dancehall. And we out there, out in Jamaica, we never throw them out of the space or say, no, them can't come back or they're mad. No, everybody make up that space. So if you could be mentally challenged, and still be creative in dance and music, Allow the people
yeah,
them and be
100%.
themselves and express themselves. This is a space for it. Allow the people them. I don't like when people start get discriminative and start stand to the side with them phone and I with you over there, sir, I with you over there. So then things are not for one another dancer space. These are new things that people are introducing to the space that don't belong. Left it out a road.
Another somebody brought up Medusa. Yeah.
You can't tired them man sell fruits, Jenna. I know this. A lot of these creative, there's a certain level of creativity. When you're so creative in a particular thing that people are not used to, they say you're mad. It's not it's not being mad. It's just people have different creativity within them and express it in a different way that maybe you won't express it that way, but that no means they're mad.
Didn't people call Bogle mad as well in the beginning because he
I'm
was
sure
doing
people
something out of the or yeah.
Of course, I'm sure people will say Bogo mad. Bogo always wear a dog tag round him neck. Which so-called normal people you see always a wear dog tag round them neck. If dog tag round them neck. You understand?
Yeah.
Bogo will say some things in it when he's doing interviews or in intros for songs. And people say, but what really I say? What is he saying? That don't make sense. But when you actually study and analyze certain things on the music and what he has done and say like, oh, this is what he meant. But he wasn't maybe speaking in how you normally get certain information, but that doesn't mean that maybe you need to understand the person to really find out what he's saying, because not everybody is used to expressing themselves intellectually or a certain way that you're used to. Sometimes you have to get to understand the person to say, oh shit, so that person I never mad them, just to communicate a different way, but I totally get it when me go to myself and get to try understand them. You know what? You
I don't remember
understand?
the saying, but something like first they call you mad and then they copy you or try to be like you, or it that's a sign of somebody being a genius, I think, because people will call you
Yeah,
mad when you start doing new stuff or just doing something out of the ordinary. People are
yeah.
like, and then you're gonna
And then
see like
them start
yeah,
protege you. Them start have different proteges of you. And then and then sometimes they try to own it or Them try to say, yeah, I was with this person from day one and thing.
I was there. Yeah, we
Bullshit.
were friends. We were, and it's like, no, actually, you were the one saying that I should go and stop doing what I'm doing and just it's always
Yeah.
like then you're doing
Yeah.
something right. So if people are experiencing those things, just keep on doing it. Keep on doing
Yeah,
it
I
because
remember
it's
when,
going to be a great
yeah,
way for you,
exactly.
unless it's hurting someone. Just
It's not
accept
hurt
it.
nobody. I dance, we a dance. Remember
No,
when
no, no.
content come out and him do the what the clockwork when him a go around so? Clockwork.
Yeah.
And me and Latana in Australia and we in the streets and then they play the music. So we just start doing it. It's like can't hear the way I do it go around and we put it up on the video. And some negative comments I will get, but we are the madman dance and then so
Can you show it again?
and
Can you show it?
couple years later,
Yeah.
everybody love the step. That what name? That one name man when him put him foot and him a go so.
Oh, compass.
Compass. I watch the tourists them come Jamaica and them love compass and them things there. But before, when them never used to can't tire them I say we are the madman dance and them something there. People just always try to find a way to bring it down, but don't listen to the noise. Me not listen to the noise. And yes, it's true. I had a hard child life. It built me. So them little things that can break me.
How is it to be a mom and a career woman
It
in this
rough.
industry? Is rough.
Yeah, very rough, man. Certain decisions that I make, it is not. I can't be selfish. I have to make certain decisions for me and my son. So one of them is not going to the parties every night anymore because I have a son. I have to make sure he's ready for school and has his homework done and proper education. So and being an entrepreneur as well, it takes more time, more dedication, more responsibility, and getting certain things done. So I don't have that time again to when I finish in the day and go home and be with my son, I'm tired. Naturally, I'm a human being. I'm tired, so I can't go to party them like how I normally would have gone when I wasn't a mother. And I respect that. I don't feel bad about it. I actually feel grown and feel like there's a stage in everybody's life, and this stage of my life where I need to more concentrate on how I'm going to live and what can I gain out of this career that can work for me for the rest of my life. That is the page that I'm on now. I mean, been there, done that. When I go party every day, everything where I see the dancers them doing the parties now, been there, done that. I can't do that for the rest of my life. I want to leave a legacy. I want to make something out of what I've created, out of what I've gained. Dancing life not so long, we can't dance for the rest of our life. I would love to.
Yeah.
What can I do that when I can't do this anymore, it still lives on? It's still respected and people are still still remembers Kimiko. So I'm working on this aspect of my life now. And being a
Yeah.
mother, it shows this a lot. I mean, say I go up on tour. Before, if when I go up on a tour and I mean, want to maybe buy clothes and shoes and go party and drink and just
Live
brag.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still do that, but it's on a moderation. So, I have money, I have to send my child to school, I have to do college fund for when he's ready to go to school, I have the money they set for him. I have to think about my house. Now me and my mom have our own house. This is where I'm at now in St. Anne.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my car, my business, and how can I make my business flourish? So it's like, I have to concentrate more on these things now. I can't just go party every night and throw my money and then something. Then what am I gonna do when it all comes down to when my
Yeah.
old and What am I gonna have? Me not gonna go up on the road and beg and sing and people gonna laugh up at me and say, ah, I can't that oh you used to go on tour and oh you used to do this and you used to that. No. I have to leave a legacy. I have to leave something for when I die. I have to build something for my son. So different
Sustainable.
decisions, right? Different decisions has to be made. I'm not gonna play the fool. I'm not gonna hype on people and pretend say, oh, may I live life and me go out party every day and I fling money and champagne popping and thing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm gonna be myself and be real with myself. So being a mother changed all of this for me, and it's just a different path me have to take. So if people not see me out in the party every night or anything, and maybe I chat say, Kimiko not do road or so. The people I've been there, done that. I'm not just a come. I've been there a while. I'm 32 years old, and yeah,
We are
we are
32.
yeah, and me see some dancers older than me who still in the same position as years before, and I don't want to be like that. One said something to me and my son, so you have to make certain decision. You have to be smart, use your third brain. Me not just dead if you dance. Dancers have brains too. A lot of people think say dancers are idiots, but no, me an idiot. I'm willing to prove that to people. And sometimes you just have to make different decisions. You may feel alone. Maybe sometimes I feel alone because me not depend what everybody else depend. So some people may feel alone because of that, but I just try to be strong and just be real and keep building, you know?
Yeah, and you're doing incredible work. I mean, you're doing what works for you and your lifestyle, and being persistent with that. And we can see that, and it's also inspiring for me, who is a future mom. Inshallah, we hope that I will have a baby, and seeing you working with
Yeah.
it and doing what you do and still having this amazing bond with your son, and raising him and being there for him, as well as being a career woman, is so important for us women to see. It's like, it's very inspiring, because I get like, because normally you would think, okay, you have to do your dance thing now, because then when you get a family, and then you just have to be a mother, and you can see that it actually works. It's really inspiring to see. And I
Man,
understand it's hard, because even us without kids, we're like, oh my God, even when I just come to Jamaica as a tourist to like take part in the, like, just participate in the dance hall, I'm like, I can't even go out every night. I'm supposed to be there for like a short period of time doing the most and be taking, part in the most, but I'm like, shit, I'm too tired. I don't know how people do it. And have a kid, and doing your business and your classes and attending the parties, like, yeah,
yeah.
that lifestyle is really, really hard, and I really
It's hard, man. It's
yeah,
hard. It's hard. It's really hard.
I respect you so much for you and all the other moms, who live this life and who make it work with gracefully, smoothly. It looks very,
It's not so smooth, but
no, but it
you
looks
know, it
smooth.
is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. And thank you so much, Sahara. I really respect you too as a dancer and choreographer and a woman, because you represent you do the right things, them. You're such a great dancer and influence on people that you teach over in Gothenburg, and you stay true. You're one of the real girls, what we know, because I pick up my energies. And from day one, from me meet you till now, you stay true to the thing. You understand? You respect people, and you try to master your craft and still be that great person that you are. And I really have to respect that. You're not hype on people and think say you're more than we because you learn all these classes and you have what it takes, and you don't do that. You
Thank you.
still keep it real, you still do classes with me no matter what. A great teacher is always learning. That's one thing my
Always
professor they tell
students,
me.
always a
So me
student.
always, so me can still learn from anybody who just a come. And once you have that openness to these things, you will always flourish. And you are one of them persons. So I have to big up yourself. I have to big up Sahar.
Thank you,
Laces,
Miss Queen.
the world.
Laces, we're your Swedish team. You know that. We're here.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
here.
forget about part of laces.
Yes. And also, okay, just quick, because I know it's it's a part of you, Versatile Ones. If you want to say something about, like, yeah, just tell us something about Versatile Ones and like what.
Because of all the issues that females always go through, I personally initiated this female group to have a female group. I mean, the dancer space is dominated by males, and you don't really see much female crews. So this was why I initiated this. I'm like, I want an all girls crew. However, Versatile One's a collaborating group where females come together and showcase your talent and work together. But we can do our other things outside of the group.
Yeah.
So this is what I try to portray in the group for females working together more in the dancehall scene, because the females are kind of segregated.
Yeah, that's
And
also one of the we have so
yeah,
many.
and
We
we're
need to
so
do like
strong.
more live sessions in general.
Yeah, we're like strong human beings, sexy and free, and nothing wrong if we can come together and show that. And
Yeah.
sometimes there's unnecessary feuds that really don't make sense. Maybe because one dancer probably thinks she should dance better than me, she don't like me, and she not. These things are stupid, very stupid. Like
A
female,
lot
if
of
we can
times I think,
empower females.
yeah, a lot of times I think it's a or the lack of communication and people just assuming stuff instead of actually just
Absolutely.
talking to each other and be like,
Exactly.
okay,
Yeah.
let's talk
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, they're more brave in talking behind your back than talking in your face and tell you what's going on. But
That's
this
something
one is
human
like,
beings need to work on in general.
yeah,
Communication. Like,
communication. We need to, and not being afraid to say I'm sorry and things like this. People think that when them say sorry, we never mean this, blah blah blah. They feel like they're belittling themselves or less of a person. No, it makes you a big person. It makes you a big woman or a big man.
yeah,
All are we
definitely.
talented. It should be good. For all of us to work together. So that's one of the reasons why I created Versatile Ones, to have that bond with females, and no matter what, we argue, we don't fight, we argue, we different miss things, but at the end of the day, we still got each other back. We support each other. If you look on Versatile Ones page, you see everybody get posted, we push each other. If I have a certain link and I'm with a certain opportunity, but bring them with me to each one, bring one. I'm a leader. So if I'm at the top and they're at the bottom, may I help them rise? And sometimes when they rise, it flip and I become at the bottom. And I should be able, they should be able, if you can help me to, and willing to help me to bring me back up. You understand?
Yeah,